am never going to financially recover from this.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Buddy's Spirits and Cigars. I'm not a wild turkey fan as much as Steve is. I do like it. Don't get me wrong. Don't hate me.
Yeah.
I do like wild turkey stuff, but he's a fanboy, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But I am very excited about this particular spirit we're fixing to do. What do we got, Steve?
Yeah, you're a Buffalo Trace guy. You getting your hands on a BTAC bottle. You know, this is my day. We've got the Russell Single Barrel Rickhouse Camp Nelson B. So it's this year's release. And if you know, you know. This is the 2024 limited release. Camp Nelson B matured on floor number 6.
You would think that would have bright lights and all that heavenly music and stuff playing coming down with that bottle.
You would think for the
at least for the price point, right?
the MSRP price point.
Where-
This is hold on. Let's just not talk about that for a second. Let me enjoy
He
this.
said, "Don't ruin this moment."
This is coming in at 120.2 proof. I can't wait for
I
that.
like the proof. Sounds good.
Is there anything else I can talk about before I tell you how much this cost?
Well, if you want to wait till the rating and actually taste it first,
Okay.
then maybe that'll make it a little better.
All right, we'll do that. This is a fresh crack, by the way. Just pulled the plastic off before we started. Woo!
Oh, that was a little wet.
That's what she said.
Never mind.
Don't you spill that pour.
Golly. It's a $30 drop.
Yeah.
Oh, man. When you guys hear how much this thing is
Oh.
out of the box, it's going to be wild. Oh, man. You know how hard it's been for me to hold on to this thing for 3 weeks? Not crack this at the house.
Well, I'll tell you, I can't imagine. Well, actually, I can, because I've held on to some stuff to wait to film that I've really wanted to open so bad, and you're gonna see that later on.
Oh, yeah.
That
Next week or something.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my.
One more
gosh.
week, buddy. One more week, buddy. It's
Yeah.
my turn. You had the Parker's Heritage last week.
Well, you have it actually, but
Yeah, but you were more excited.
man, that was a good experience.
There we go. Now we're back in turkey land, baby.
Yeah.
The baking spice.
Nice.
We're back in that bourbon turkey bacon
It
spice
smells
world.
good though.
It smells so good. Let's get into this thing, dude.
Hey, wait.
No. Okay, I'm waiting.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah, it's worth it. That's a $45 cheer.
Oh, I love that proof. That's got a lot of flavor. That's a very overwhelming.
Boy, it's hanging around.
Mm.
It doesn't want to leave. Whoa.
Wow.
Like a real... Okay,
Get it?
I was disappointed for a 1 second,
That long?
maybe half a second. I was like, oh, no. And then there she came. And she started developing, dude. She came around the mountain.
You know, sometimes you just got to spend a little more time with
You
it.
got to let it develop. This bad boy developed. I'm so happy with this pour.
Wow. You know,
Butterscotch.
this gives me an idea. And I'm sure you're going to be in 1,000%. I think we need to blind this versus Russell's 15.
I love that. Oh, my God, I love that idea.
Dude, this is solid.
I'm not so sure this doesn't beat it.
Well-
Hear me out. The 15 year was a little bit darker.
Color-wise, the 15 wins.
Right, but I mean, well, you're right. That's a weird description for flavor, but in my mind, it makes sense. There's a little bit of a darker, deeper, earthier flavor. Lots of oak. Remember how much oak was in that 15 year? How much oak influence it had? It wasn't bad. It was really good. In fact, a lot of people are calling it bourbon of the year. Holy cow! This
Well,
thing
this
is
one's just going to give it a run for its money,
this
though.
thing is a butterscotch bomb with a delicious that turkey bacon spice, Christmas spice on the back end with that 120 point whatever proof. Oh, oh man.
Man.
Does it not taste like one of those Weathers butterscotches or something on the middle of your tongue?
Oh, the old Werther's Originals.
Werther's, and it's like oily. It's super oily on the mid palate.
It has some characteristics of that, not the sweetness part of it, of those, but it does have some of that.
It's like a dull caramel to me.
Yeah. Man, it is a flavor bomb in the mid palate, though. I mean, just freaking hangs there for a while.
It doesn't want to leave. Oh my God, it's so good.
And legit, this is one of those that you don't mind staying there for a while. You don't want it to leave.
No, I don't.
I mean, even the finish on it is just so pleasant.
The nose isn't crazy.
It's not crazy, but I'm starting, after having 2 sips of this, I'm getting more vanilla on the nose
Okay.
than what I initially got. It wasn't as prominent, nowhere near as prominent on the nose initially, but now that I've had a couple of sips of this, I get that vanilla off the back end of it. I think it's starting to be more prominent.
This is what I expect from this bottle.
Oh, it's solid.
It didn't disappoint.
Holy cow.
Wow. That's the best way I can put it. Just like a Werther's Original down the middle of the palate. That beautiful
A
turkey.
spicy Werther's Original.
Yeah, it's on the back. That spice comes
Not
in. That typical
not
spice.
like it's almost kind of like a
Good note,
say
dude.
more of
Spicy
a-
Werther's.
more of a,
Like a jalapeno spice on the back end. For me.
I don't know, maybe more of a like a white pepper, not a dark
Ooh.
black pepper, but it's just got a little bit of a spice, not
Peppery on the back. I like that.
not so much that it's rye characteristic,
I can get
but
behind
it's
that.
but it's there, and it plays a good role on the palate.
How old is this thing?
I figured you knew. Sorry, I'm not sure. It really helps when they put that on the label, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is barrel proof, so
Now we're in our jam. We're in the 120s. We're in Steve and I's jam. Look, he's going to rock that thing to sleep tonight.
it's okay. little
Guarantee you.
bud. I won't drink you anymore.
You got to at least drink it one more time because we got to do a blind on that and Russell's 15.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Dude, that is an insane pour.
That's really good.
Well,
Well, hold on.
There's no bias from me like there is from him. It is an excellent pour.
Yeah, true.
I mean, freaking solid. I enjoy that.
That's so good. Now let me tell you how much it cost.
Oh, yeah. Now that the
me
good part's over with, I
ruin it.
guess let's go to the negatives.
MSRP is $300.
Holy mother! Golly! Whoa!
MSRP.
Woo.
You know what? I think these distilleries are starting to be like, you know what? If you assholes are going to start secondary pricing our stuff, we'll just put it at that and see if y'all come get it.
Yeah, we're going to put the money in our pockets.
And we'll save it for the people that are real and serious
What
about
does this
coming
thing go for on secondary market, though?
and get thousands.
Yeah, so you're at least 5 times what MSRP is on this bottle, probably. $1,500 right out all day long, probably.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it. If you Google the bottle, you'll see it 1,000, 2,000, your typical random. I don't know. It's crazy to me. I'll never
Listen, it's not worth $2,000.
No. Well, there is no bottle that is,
But I'll tell you what,
in my opinion.
I can't even say it's worth the MSRP. I want to real bad because it's so good. But
One time?
$300 for
One
a
time?
bottle is insane.
One time?
What?
One time? You go buy it one time to say you have one and
Yeah,
sip on it slowly?
listen, it's great. It's a great pour, but it's hard for me to think anything is worth that. I mean, that's a lot of money for a bottle.
Yeah, you know what? I can get behind that. I think for the amount of work. Oh, whoa! It says it's aged. Apparently, there is no exactly known, but it's aged to be. It's aged to be between 10 and 15 years. With barrels used coming from the 6th floor of Camp Nelson B, which is known to be a very old structure built in 1946. No official
So
age
it's
statement.
relatively comparable to Russell's 13 or 15 as far as age is concerned.
Yep, just in one of the old rick houses, that Camp Nelson rick houses that are so sought after because of whatever magic they do.
That's freaking
I'll tell you
good.
this, I bought it, so I'll tell you if it's worth it or not. It is to me, and I get what you're saying, and I can agree with you. There's not a lot out there worth $300. This is such a rare unicorn of a bottle. If you're a turkey person, you know this is like coming across that GTS or something from Trace.
WLW.
those big old bad boys.
The big
tags.
hitters.
I would pay $300 for this again. Once this was about halfway through, if the opportunity arose, to know that I would have a backup, and I would stop there. I think for as long as you're going to get enjoyment out of this, a year, maybe 2 years.
You're going to slow sip it for
You're
sure.
going to slow sip it. That $300 will pay off. You'll have this thing for a long time and be able to go to it and enjoy it on special occasions. I get a lot of joy. I've learned from you that this bourbon community thing is about sharing and giving people experiences, and that's fun to me too. That $300 is worth a friend coming over saying, "Holy crap, you've got a Camp Nelson?"
No,
Yeah,
you're
dude,
right.
Pour you something up.
Yeah, you're right. And here's another cool thing to think about. When we do the Russell's 15 versus the Russell's Camp Nelson, they both are not going to be neck pours. They're going to have some air to them, and it's going to be, this is obviously going to have less time, but they're going to be just, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like. I don't even know if we're going to be able to decide.
I get a little sweet tobacco on the back end now that I've been sipping on this for a while.
You know what? We might have a tie. We're just going to be like, you know what? I can't even decide.
I don't know. I think this plays more towards my palate, man. And you know how much I love that 15. I have 2 bottles.
Oh, yeah.
This plays more towards my palate.
Yeah.
That sweet, caramelly, spicy, little bit of that leather, or not leather, but that tobacco-y finish.
Well, start us off, fanboy. Let's see what you think about this one.
Oh no, this is going to be a problem. 9 out of 10 for me. I was trying to decide if I was going to go 9.5 or 9, and I was just thinking about all the crazy stuff out there to jump up between 9 and 10. What that means for me, as you guys know, is I would go, if they said there's a Camp Nelson B, C, or F, one of the Camp Nelson Rickhouse proofs, I would get there at midnight and camp in the freezing cold to be the first one in line to grab it.
Man, for me, this has a spice that is just right.
It's perfect, isn't it?
I mean, it's just very complimentary to the bourbon and the mid palate, that the complexity on the mid palate that this thing has. Really, it has something for all 3 parts of your palate, from the beginning, the mid, to the end. It has an offering that, to me, just really coats the whole palate, and it lingers for quite a while. I enjoy this thing hanging around.
And I hate to interrupt before you give your score, but I'm really glad you said that, because turkey, sometimes in the younger stuff, that spice can be too powerful for people.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that spice. I like it. I like the baking spice, that Christmas gingerbread cookie spice stuff on the back. This balances it out ridiculously. Thanks for saying that, because that's something I didn't even realize.
No, it's there, and man, boy, they got it figured out on this one.
What you think, brother?
I'm a fan, and it sucks because that's a $300 bottle that I'm a fan of. But I'll tell you, man, I'm gonna give it an 8.75. Oh, only
Solid.
thing that really kicks it down for me is the price and availability. But I'll tell you what, the flavor and what this thing has to offer makes up for those in a big way. But $300 is a lot for a bottle, and listen, I understand if that's too much for your bourbon budget. Crap, I mean, you may not even spend that much in 2 or 3 months on bourbon, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
well, don't forget too, Terp. Would you spend $300 on a George T. Stagg tonight?
absolutely.
Okay.
But that's how you are with turkey.
Exactly.
You know, and
it
that's
comes down
fine.
To me, this is Wild Turkey Distillery's beat tack. You know, this is the
It's legit.
this, and then the what's those other series like that has the Origin and Discovery, or not Origin, the what's those turkey bottles that are real hard to come by?
The Master's Keep and
The
all
Master's
those.
Keep might
Yeah,
be something like that.
Millenniums.
But
Yeah.
really, it's these Russells, if you're a turkey guy, or turkey gal. This is coming across that handy or that
I would say this
GTS.
is their BTAC stuff over the Master's Keep stuff.
I
Probably.
would agree with that.
Man, this one. Man,
So $300 if today you would drop $300 on your favorite BTAC bottle because you're that Buffalo Trace guy.
Yeah.
If you like wild turkey stuff, you would drop $300 on this.
Yep, you're right. I can't disagree with you whatsoever. I think that's a good point. $300 is a lot, no matter what distillery it is. That's a lot of money, and I get it. I understand. I mean, I've done it. I've done almost $300 before on bottles. So I mean,
Sure.
it is what it is. It's all in what you like and what you think is worth the money.
Yep.
Whether you've had it or you don't, there's certain brands and things that they offer that you're like, you know what, I trust that brand that they're gonna really knock it out of the park with this particular offering, and I'm gonna pay the MSRP for it. So, it kind of is what it is. So, man, thanks for bringing that on the show. That's
problem.
freaking solid.
It's fun. I love it.
That made a believer out of me for sure. But I can't wait to do the blind between the Russell's 15 and that.
That's going to be
And
huge.
I want to see
It's a
what's
really
going
good
to
idea.
win. And, you're like, you think this is more towards your palate, but I think once you taste that Russell's 15 again right next to this, I think it's going to be a very
I
hard
think
decision.
you're right. We're going to have to tape them up for sure because I can tell you right now, I'll tell by color.
Yeah. Bring out the blue painter's tape, right?
Yes.
Don't forget our Discord. We can have conversations about this in there as well. And we also do giveaways on videos. You guys got to make sure that you subscribe and follow us. Watch to the end. You never know when we're just going to throw up a random giveaway. Just be like, hey, we're giving a sample of this away.
Not this.
Yeah. I mean, you just never know. You never know.
It won't be this. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on the channel, guys. Interact with us in the comments below. Share it with your friends. Share it with other bourbon groups if you have any. If you're in any other Discords or cigar groups or anything like that may be interested in bourbon, share it with them and help us grow the channel.
Thanks for joining us on this episode. That's all we have time for. We'll catch you on the next one.